What's up, LC heads? Let's talk about Virgil real quick. That's all we've been talking about the past couple days just because he's so freaking awesome. But let's actually talk about sustaining MP. And I wanted to get this out there and I wanted to talk about this because potentially this could affect what paid gear of his you choose. Now, why am I saying that? Because I'm sure a lot of people might only have 25 of the hero creds for him, and they're going to have to choose between the sword and the armor. We have both of them right here. Specifically, we're looking at the coat. We're potentially talking about cutting out the coat. Why? Well, let's get to that. First of all, the coat gives you a chance to nullify physical magic attack damage taken. I see this proc. It is nice. I see those zeros proc for damage. You're still getting hit, so it's not going to prevent you from being flinched like evasion would, because if you evade something, you're actually not getting hit by it. So if you evade something, you can throw one of your abilities and it should go off, as opposed to you actually getting hit. That could mess up you using your skill kit and using one of your abilities. Right, but, you know, turning damage into zero here and there is still very nice, right? You never know. It could be a pretty gnarly-ass spell, like one of those spells that hits like twice and just does a ton of damage. Well, if you manage to ignore one of those magic damage counters, you're potentially saving a lot of life. Now, how often is that going to happen? It's not going to happen very often. All right, in the fight that I was just at, fighting Sheeta and Maja, man, they're a terrible team. I see this proccing here and there, but you guys got to figure, you know how many hits are going off in the background for me to see this? Like, I see this proc when there's like 3 freaking spells going on at the same time, and Sheeta's throwing his ability on you. Here and there, you'll just see some zeros, so that is nice. The big thing we're going to be missing here if we swap out the coat, right, is boss wave, special gauge plus 25%, and damage from bosses minus 10%. Now, that is nice. The special gauge plus 25%, that is nice. That means your gauge is a quarter of the way charged right on the boss wave, and that's actually very important for us. Right, because you don't have to use Doppelganger and spend 200 magic points and wipe out all of your magic points. If you can just make it to a special, right? Throwing your S4, your special, is going to proc Devil Driver, whatever it's called, the SDT buff that we all have a hard on for because it's so fucking amazing, right? It's what lets you dual wield and double hand together without the penalty, and it doubles his hit count. And like, even Balin's standing back like, holy shit, that's amazing, right? Now, what's the worst that can happen? Well, you run out of that ability and you run out of the MP that lets you use Doppelganger, and oh no, you turn back into essentially a Balin. You're still going to be hitting for like 50, 60,000 damage a hit. Just like Balin, you're just not going to have double the hit counts, right? But that is a big deal. And this coat does help us get there, right, by giving us a 25% charge. So that's kind of like the big thing. Now, what would I potentially change the coat out for? And I'll tell you guys why maybe I would do this. For MP, yeah, I said it. I would maybe change the code out for a piece of gear that is giving you MP regeneration. Why would I do that? Well, because Goddess Kiss, yeah, I'm talking about the right one now. Goddess Kiss costs 11 SC. Yeah, yep, 11 SC. So that's quite a big chunk. That's what it's going to cost to start getting some of your MP back from your basic attacks. And that's important because we're talking about feeding abilities like Sharp Eyes. And Hydro Shell, no, not Hydro Shell, Celestial Mass, right? Both of these abilities use a little bit of your MP to either boost your damage greatly or reduce the damage that you're taking. Now Vergil here, Big Daddy Vergil, he comes with like 350 MP out of the box. So it's not like he's coming with 220 and like you can transform once and that's barely all he's scratching and then you're just out of MP. No, he still has somewhat of a cushion of MP to go through. So right now on this Vergil, we do have two sources of MP drain that we're going to be running. One of them is Sharp Eyes. When using an attack skill, 3% of our max MP for damage plus 50. So this is going to proc when we use our skills, right? Hopefully we don't have to use too many of them or we will run out of MP and that will be a problem. I think we'll be able to make it though. And the other one that I have is Hydro Shell. I'm casting on myself, and that is taking up MP. Now, if I don't put Hydro Shell on myself, I don't think I'm going to survive that well with all of Maja's spells. Right. There was Hydro Shell. What's the other one? I could have sworn it was more expensive. Or maybe I haven't taught it to him yet. Celestial Mass. Okay, cool. It costs as much as Sharp Eyes. When taking physical damage, use 3 MP to half the incoming damage taken. Right? So at any given time, I would be, like if I'm going to a fight where it's mostly physical damage being done, I can take off Hydro Shell, so I don't have to cast it on myself, which, hey, I could take this off anyway and have somebody else put it on me, or I wouldn't even have to bring it if I actually had a healer or somebody else in the party doing any sort of support or buff. This is just something that I feel like I need for this fight that we're about to go into. So it's easy to toggle on, right? It's just like leaving some SC open to pick and choose whatever Slayer ability you're going to be taking. So if I'm going into a physical fight, take Hydro Shell off and obviously put on Celestial Mass. Now I don't want to take too much damage because again, what's going to do us in is if we run out of MP, then we're kind of screwed, right? And essentially what we want to do is we want to make it to our special. Now luckily for us, we do have a UR arc that's going to let us cheese the hell out of that. That's another part of the reason why I'm like, yeah, maybe I might actually put something on him that's giving him MP back for his armor, right? And just save the 11 SC for Goddess Kiss. Or I could put Goddess Kiss on him and he could have a way of getting his MP back. But let's just see how we do here. How we do with our MP. Can we finish this fight with around 200 MP left? Be nice if we could. Now remember too, this is a quick fight, right? But the kid still, he's got the stuff. So we're going to Hydro Shell ourselves, throw our special, target Maja, right? I don't know why our Hydro Shell isn't working out. There it is. And we're going to throw our special right off rip. And we will showcase that that is proccing our Devil Driver Insanity ability, because it is just absolutely insane. Sin Devil Trigger, not Devil Driver. Maybe I'm thinking of one of the older ones. So we're all good to go. Now we're just trying to dump as much freaking damage as we can. Our MP is 339 out of 357. So here we go. Going to get over to Maja with an S3, S1 through him. I was kind of hoping, what's his name would be up in the mix. Okay, and we just got hit by lightning. Our Hydro Shell went down. We throw up another one. Right, we're able to stay mostly healed off of basic attacks and stuff. We still have a special to throw. We're surviving this just barely, but we're hanging in there. Hydro Shell, uh-oh. We're almost down to 200 MP. We're almost down to 200 MP, folks. But look at all that extra damage we're doing. We're healing off of some of it. This guy also has no added crit to his kit. This is literally the crit that he comes with out of the box. Oh, let me get that last S3 off, and that should be it. Yeah, we're done. So we made it with 171 MP. That's all we got left, right? So I'm thinking if I had a different armor on that was actually siphoning some MP, giving me some MP back, and then you can just take, some 2SC abilities that's going to give you back, 20% of your MP at the end of the wave or something like that, depending on what you're doing, right? I'm just trying to find a way to potentially run this character without having to take Goddess Kiss for 11 SC. Is that Goddess Kiss? I always get those confused. You guys know what I'm talking about, where you're using, your basic attack and you're siphoning a couple percent of the damage back as MP. Now, the good news for this guy is if you have to go that route, if you actually have to, pay for Goddess Kiss, pay the 11 SC for it, it is pricey, but the one thing he has going for him is his basic attack will still hit for like 40, 50,000, and it's pretty quick. So he's going to be getting copious amounts of MP back with his basic attack, right? It all just depends on, do you want to drop that 10 SC on him or not? And honestly, the way that I'm looking at it right now, it might not really be an issue, right? Because this guy is already outperforming in the damage department so much that it's almost like, man, if I work on his damage anymore, like, it's almost damn near overkill, right? Like, I could spend SC on Berserker on him right now. I don't really think that would help his damage. Like, at this, like, you're hitting for cap, you're hitting for cap, right? You can increase your attack or your percentage to your damage all you want. You're still going to be hitting cap. So if you're already doing that, if you're already up there, why keep focusing on damage, right? Instead, you can just make him just stupidly impossible or harder to kill, right? So again, this is a very basic build of this because he's running around with 69 SC. I think he's doing pretty damn good, though, for that. Being able to go in there and absolutely destroy Maja, that's just cool, right? So, let's see. Of course, we could free up some SC with, like, some blind resist, stuff like that we're not really using just because we're shredding everything so hard. Surprise attack, I see that go off when the special goes off, so I will leave that on him. Like skill 3 boost, 20% more to the S3, like, that's cool, but I doubt we even need it, and this is, that's making it the SCT recovery slower on it. So I could go through and probably just trim some fat here and there, right? And where is that 11 SC ability? Oh yeah, we have no attribute attack rise. I still haven't put on him. Goddess Kiss. So we're 3 SC away from being able to get some of our MP back with Goddess Kiss, and then, well, I mean, really, where is that? Again, we can always take Hydro Shell off. We can take Hydro Shell off, and now, okay, I'll have to eat magic to the face. What are you going to do? Now I'm not going to get to negate some of the magic, right? But I have Sharp Eyes, so I'm doing more damage now. It's substantially more damage at the cost of some MP, right? And now I can get MP back from my basic attacks with Goddess Kiss, as expensive as that was. And let's see, I still have 4 SC to spend, right? No, we could get our skill 3 boost back. Part of the reason I do like the skill boosts on this character, because he has a way of going around actually charging his abilities. So the SCT recovery speed minus 10% isn't that bad, because every time you drop a special, you're going to recover 1 SCT stock for every skill you have. So you get an S1, an S2, and an S3 to throw every time you drop your special. So you're going to be getting that S3 to throw. And it's just kind of jiving with the arc that I have, so it's working out pretty well. Let's see, what else could we trim here? I mean, like clothes boost we could take off, right? Encouragement is 5% MP that you get when the battle ends, so this might be something that I could take for 2 SC, and that way when I'm going from wave to wave, I can use some of my MP, and at the end of the wave, 5% of my 300, I'll get some back for 2 SC. Maybe not the worst idea when you're going from wave to wave to wave, right? Oh yeah, I have fast brave on. I think if anything, I would want fast crit. All right, the one thing, yeah, we could also increase our MP, right? Forget about that. Let's get rid of that crit, because we can get MP up 3 for 2 SC instead of MP up 2. I think it's always worth it. So let's see what we can do now. Let's go smash the ogre again. Right, we took Hydro Shell off. In fact, actually, we'll probably kill the ogre even faster now. So here we go. Maybe we'll actually try to drain our MP, see if we can get it back. Actually try out that Goddess Kiss. So what do we want to do here? Well, we're just going to go straight to the War of Ruin, because now every special we drop is going to eat up some of our MP. Good news is we're almost at 400. And man, that special's already doing some pretty decent damage to these fools. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can they survive our S1? Oh my goodness, I'm just seeing their health. The ogre's health drop is just stupid. We're still under 4,000 attack. This is just dumb. Getting that extra 50% from Sharp Eyes is just dumb. Uh-oh. I was kind of, you know what? What's crazy is every single time I run this, there's always 2 birds that are like survivors, and you have to run around and hunt them down. I guess Vergil doesn't have that problem. And just to be fair, typically the heroes that have a problem with this actually have to fight the resistance that these monsters have on this level, because Big Daddy V over here is non-elemental damage. He can skip right through all that bullshit and not have to worry about any of that. So the ogre level just becomes stupidly easy for him. Let's see. Let's go back to the White Lab and let's see if we can skate through Maja without that Hydro Shell. I mean, we would really need a lot more damage. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, not without that Hydro Shell. We can try, though. And then we'll go in and we'll see how getting MP, how well it works for him off of that Goddess Kiss. So again, we'll start with that special. We want to target Maja. I forgot to hit the target button. So again, that ability that slows down my SCT for my S3, look, it doesn't matter because I already have my S3 to throw just off of throwing that special. So especially if you have this arc on him, it's just really nifty that every single time your special is charged and you use it, boom, it's feeding your kit. So you're like good to go. So let's just get up in there. We'll shoot Maja. Oh, it sucks that I have to run up to him. That was a good move, Maja. That was a good move. You got me there, bud. You know what? He's making us run too much. I think this will show just how useful Hydro Shell is here. Because I mean, we're close, but no, I don't think we're going to be able to finish him. He's going to get us with that damn magic of his. Oh, especially if we're out of our skill kit. We do have a small bonus now, 30% more to our damage, because... Oh, we're getting some MP back. I saw a little bit. This probably isn't a good level to keep track of that. And here's us at our worst. We did have to come back to life, and Sheeta cut us down instantly, just because we could not get enough healing. We couldn't get enough damage in. Oh! So you guys see how big of a difference Hydro Shell makes here. We did still get close, but I mean, being able to cut the magic damage that you take in a level like this, even though there's lightning going off all over the place that can turn it off. Like I was saying, even if you're only cutting the damage for like a quarter of this fight, that's enough to substantially do more damage to Maja and actually finish the fight. Let's go in here to Spirited Assault. Maybe there's some stuff in here that can keep up with us, so it's just not an instant wipe for them. Now we will see exactly... As I say, maybe I should just waste Doppelhander right now. And that way we can get our MP back. So, basic attack, here we go. What are we getting? We need to swing our sword to do that. Okay, so right off rip, did you guys see that? One attack and he got like 400. He's fully charged. If you guys missed that, I almost did too. He literally did one basic attack that procced Goddess Kiss, and we are full on MP. That is just what happens when you're hitting for 40, 50,000 damage with your basic attack like Balin, right? It's kind of stupid in an awesome way. I love it. Let's throw our S2 over here. Oh, and he's just in the wrong spot, because I think we could hit a couple of them with our S3. I'm just too tempted. That mage messed us up, though. We should target him. Bastard. Oh, and I love that. Just going back and forth like that. It is one of my favorite things that Millum can do. I call her a juggler for that. She can just, as long as she has the S1 to throw, she can just keep going back and forth like a freaking, I don't know, like one of those Norder track machines. And she will just juggle you. You can't do shit. If you're constantly getting hit by that S1 over and over and over again, you can literally juggle a character and kill them. I've done it in Arena plenty of times. So I feel like his S1, it takes a page out of that. It also takes a page out of Kohaku's skill set, I think, because just the way that the hits work, the way that everybody around the enemy that you're attacking, they're all getting those hits chained up on them too. So I just always thought that was cool. The movement on it, being able to finish your movement so far away from the enemy, right? Being able to like go through them. I just think that's awesome. It moves you around and it opens you up for a backstab attack. Oh. We're going to use our special and be back to doubling our hit count. Awesome. Even though we already wasted Doppelhander on the very first wave. And look at that, these guys are kind of tough. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? 260 MP we just regenerated from one basic attack, I think. Oh. It is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Boom. Right, the S2 just cannot be blocked, cannot be evaded. Man, I dare say they gave him like the perfect rogue kit, in my opinion. I just think it's so fun to play. You can do so much with it. And it's stupid damage, just stupid. Bam, there we go. S1, S1, S1. I love it. I love it. So this has definitely been a very successful character launch for Last Cloudia, I believe. Now, why is that? I think they've worked on Vergil for a long time. People have been asking for a Vergil for a long ass time. Yeah, I've been seeing it. People have been asking ever since the DMC5 collab first came around, like what, damn near 2 years ago now, or however long it's been. So it seems like they've been working on him for a while, and I think the reason you can tell, personally, in my opinion, it's the sprite. Look how good his sprite is. Like, really pay attention to it. His sprite just looks effing awesome. I think his sprite looks great. He looks great on the screen. This is something that I keep forgetting to talk about in the other vids, but as soon as I actually saw him on the screen with a sword and everything, I just think he looks killer there. All his little animations, everything, he looks crisp and clean. And I love this right here. This is never going to get old. Bah! They make that demon form of his absolutely awesome. Just great. Shabam! I love that S3 where he just slams that sword down. And also, might I add, there's no critical added to this kit. Like, this is him with crit 3 that he comes with, and no attribute crit rise. That's it. This is him like that, right? Here's another way to go. Say we use our specials. We dump them all. They're gone. We have disactivated the arc. Oh, S1. S1 of death. Yes, right through all of them. Kohaku style. Let me get some MP back. Look at that. 220, 220. We just got like 400 MP back off of one basic attack. It's scrumptious. 11 SC though, but you know what? Honestly, I think I'm going to leave it. It is 11 SC. Man, I should try to get enough bonus just to offset that. Just have 11 bonus so you can take Goddess Kiss and then just have 100 SC to just straight up spend on defense and offense, whatever you want to put on him, balance him out like that. Because it is just pretty effing convenient to be able to do one basic attack, get your MP back, and now it doesn't matter how much MP I have to use for sharp eyes. Right? Matter of fact, I can take that MP3 boost off of him. MP3. I doesn't necessarily need 400 MP, but this does feel like a nice bit of cushion. It's not like it's cutting into anything else, right? Because he's still shredding everything. It's not like, oh, he was really, really good offensively until I made this change to him. Now he's okay, but he has a little bit more survivability. Nah, he's just as sharp as he was. Let's actually target this mage. And now, uh-oh, I don't have a special to throw. My special was out. Now, because I have my armor, my paid armor, the S4 is going to charge 25% of the way there on the boss fight. We can see that. That's nice, right? But I need something to get me to there. So we can use Doppelhander now. Oh no, we have no MP. Let's get to that mage, throw some basic attacks. Oh, look at that. We have 394 MP. So just like that, we can use our Doppelhander and now we can just recover from it in one freaking basic attack, right? Now I'm doubling my skill hit count until I can get to my special, right? I mean, I guess this would be maybe a good time to find out how long this buff lasts. Let's just get rid of this mage first, because then I can just deal with the rest of this. Oh, okay, folks. I think that just answered our question. So, our buff did just go down. We managed to kill the mage. So it's not going to be the longest lasting buff in the world. Maybe we can drop the S4 and see how long the Devil Breaker one lasts. I'm going to want to split them up. That way I'm only killing one at a time. No, run away, little robot. S2. S2. So we're at least halfway healed. Oh, you bastard machine. Oh, we healed a little bit. We got our MP back. 143 MP at a time. That's plenty. Okay, who am I kidding here? We're never going to be able to drop our special and have this guy survive. So it is what it is. I guess that's important to remember. The Doppelganger magic buff does not last that long. In fact, off the top of my head, I'm actually willing to say that Devil Driver one might last a little bit longer. The one that we get from his special being dropped. Or maybe I just drop his special so many times that it just keeps that buff up, and that's just because of the arc that I have. So either way, I think right now for sustaining MP, I will probably leave Goddess Kiss on mine, right? But, you know, hey, if you didn't get his armor, if you got the weapon instead, which I assume a lot of people would, that weapon's doing a lot, damn it, right? Then maybe think about putting something on this guy that's giving him MP back, and then you could probably save 10 SC and not really need Goddess Kiss, right? And then you could still start loading him up with Sharp Eyes, with Sharp Eyes, Celestial Mass, things like that, and you could still offset your MP drain. And I think it might just work out for you. So honestly, if I didn't have his armor, probably the first thing that I would be looking at for an armor slot for him would be a way to get me some MP back. And we have awesome armors that do that, right? And then you're not spending 11 SC, and you can maybe use that on something else. So I don't know. If anybody has messed around with this, leave me a comment. Let me know. But ultimately, I'm just sitting around looking at different ways of sustaining Vergil's magic points so that we can, well, use him to the fullest all over the damn place. Right? I think he's going to be an awesome character through and through, damn near no matter what way you build him. But obviously, you know, if you guys have any input or if I missed anything, please leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. All right. And on that note, I'm out, and I'll see you on the next one. Later, everybody.